If you are skinny fat, that means that you don't have a lot of muscle, but you also carry a lot of body fat. We can say that this is probably the worst combo or state to be in, and you probably looked around for an answer, how to fix it, or how to use your time most efficiently. Should you cut or bulk? That is the concern. How the fuck would you start a cut if you have no clue how much calories you are eating, you don't know how much calories in the food that you like eating, how much calorie you should be eating, and so on. Should you bulk? Look, you are already a chubby mess. Why would you bulk? How about main gaining or body recomposition? This is a concept that most people don't get right. Most coaches don't get it right even. This whole recomping just means that you are losing body fat and at the same time you are gaining muscle. How do you lose body fat? Is by being in a calorie deficit. How do you gain muscle? Is by stimulating your body through training, most important, and by eating protein, also important. Even if you are super advanced, it can happen, just at a different speed. Let's say that you are a newbie and in your first year you are going to lose 20 kg of body fat and you also gain 10 kg of muscle. Now, if you are advanced, you can still lose 20 kg of body fat in 1 year just by through cutting and gain half a kilogram of muscle. Now, it is not as impressive as when you were a newbie, but it was still a recomping. And people usually say that, oh, but this is not a recomp. It is still a recomp, it's just disappointingly slow. And now that this is out of the way, I'm going to give you the quickest route. Just cut. There is not a single person on earth who doesn't look good lean. Depending on how much body fat you carry, it can last from 1 month all the way to X years. And I know what you are thinking. Won't you look skinny? Yeah, you will. I never said that you are going to have the top 10% physique. For that, training is going to change everything. If your goal changed and you want to be jacked, then your skinny fat solution is going to last anything in between 3 to 5 years or even 10 years. Because building muscle is going to take hell of a long time, especially if you don't know what the fuck you're doing in the gym. And that's pretty much most people, including me when I started. So on the nutrition side, nothing is going to change. You need to learn the calories, how much calories in the food what you are eating, how much calorie you need. There are simple formulas online that you can use to calculate your maintenance calories, or you can just use your phone. You can just go into the health app and it is going to show you roughly how much is your maintenance calories without the activity. Is it going to be accurate? Probably not, but this is a good start. And you just have to track it for 3 weeks and figure out if your weight is going up or going down. And if it doesn't do any of these, you found your maintenance. And if you say that you don't have 3 weeks to just figure it out, why? Then how the hell are you going to know it for the rest of your life? It's just 3 weeks. Even just learning all of these calorie things can take you months. And then you have to learn how to cut without binging, dying, and without losing the will to live. And that is a skill. If you don't learn that skill, you can say goodbye to your dream physique. And many people don't want to learn that skill. They go on pills, detox juices, and don't get me wrong, they lose a lot of fat. But at the same time, they gain it back because they didn't learn anything. They didn't learn how to control the calories, how to control the weekend, how to control your hunger, and so on. There are shortcuts. I would be lying if I said there aren't, but they are usually a circle where you arrive back at the starting point. Start training. Ideally, start with a full body or an upper lower split or a push pull leg or a combination of these three. Train 3 to 5 times per week, focusing on progressive overload, as in increasing the weight and the rep what you are doing within your sets, good form, and maybe, just maybe, have a good training plan. And that is going to be the hardest part. You do this, and in the first year you are going to gain X amount of muscle. And in the second and third year you are going to gain less muscle than that. And in the fourth year, and so on, you are going to gain barely anything, but at that point you are going to look like a fucking Greek god. And in the meantime, even in your first year, you can cut down to 15% body fat for men and around 20% for women. Even in your first year, you are going to look so good that you won't even recognize yourself. And after that, you can go into 100 to 200 calories surplus. And I know what people say, oh, if you go in a small surplus, most of them are going to be muscle. That's not true. It really depends on your training status. And sometimes you can do some mini cuts for 4 to 12 weeks and go a bit lower down than 15% or 20% just to see or to feed your ego take some pictures, and to see how much skill it requires in terms of willpower, sacrifice, hunger management, and so on. Because let's be honest, once you start the gym, that's your life. And it sucks when you don't like the body what you have. And that's also going to be you 24/7. So I always look at things as a skill that you need to learn. Because even training in the gym is a skill. Changing up your exercises is a skill. Progressive overload, especially when you are advanced, is a skill. Managing your hunger is a skill. Knowing the calories what you are eating is a skill. And so on. Don't do crash diets. Make your own meals, just with a lower calorie version and with more protein. The faster you learn that, the smoother your journey will be. Remember, shortcuts exist, but sure as shit you will end up in the same starting point. Training is super important, and if you think that you can just copy an IG workout from your favorite fitness influencer, then you are going to hit a brick wall, and it is going to suck. But basically getting rid of your skinny fat state is as simple as this. Depending on your goal, it can last from 1 year all the way to 10 plus years. And all you need is just the skills what I listed now. Like, subscribe, talk to you in the next one.